Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Rise and Fall. I think we're in a pretty good place here. 858 is a tourism score that you can totally win the game with. So, our current situation is that, as you can see, we're catching up rapidly on Cyrus for most tourists. Not that it really matters, because I don't think Cyrus has the tourism output necessary to win the game at this point anyway. Where's he at? 154, yeah. Not only has he not been advancing as quickly as we've been advancing, also he lost a bunch of stuff to the Mongols. So, the only other real threat for winning the game is like a come-from-behind religious victory? I guess she does have 3 of the 5 civilizations of the world converted, so probably... And we gotta make sure that Russia doesn't fall to her. There are a couple of ways to deal with this. We could try to make sure that Russia doesn't fall to her, although I think that she would have a hard time converting Mongolia anyway. Or we could just remove her from the game. The only person who's at all anywhere on the science victory is Cyrus, and he doesn't even have a spaceport. I don't think he could possibly win the game in time. Now, if we want to speed up our victory, I think the best thing we could possibly do is take Cyrus out of the game. Because you can see, right now, we have to get over his number of domestic tourists. But if we removed him from the game, all of a sudden our tourist counter would be, or our victory cap would be 165. So, we should probably think about that. He only has 4 cities left. 5. I'm looking at 5 cities right now. He has 5 cities. This is going to flip to Mongolia. And actually, Mongolia is still working on it. Mongolia might solve this problem for us. Going to war with Cyrus will not make Genghis Khan mad at us. I assume they're still not getting along. Yeah. But in general, us doing more conquering is maybe dangerous. The last thing I need is for this guy to attack me. That would slow things down a little bit, probably. Let's see here. So we built a neighborhood. We don't have a lot of terribly compelling stuff to do here. And honestly, even like, well, I was going to say even running theater square projects probably isn't that big of a deal because new great works aren't going to generate that much total tourism for us. But also, this city doesn't even have a theater square, so not an option. I don't know, I guess build the shipyard. Shipyard's a good building. It'll unlock a seaport for us. Like, there's nothing else of terrible import that can be done here. We could get a builder, I guess. Do I still need builders? It looks like I have expended most of mine. And yeah, there are still tiles that could be improved. Nah, shipyard. Alright, so we have a golden age coming up. I think we're all set on loyalty. I'm not worried about any of our cities flipping at any point anytime soon. So if we're thinking about destroying Cyrus, you know, maybe not right this second, but eventually, we need to upgrade our unique units. They've done a fine job, but they're starting to get a little outclassed. His cities have, like, combat strengths in the 80s and stuff, right? Some of them do. And most of the stuff he has left is coastal or close enough to coastal. This is the only city that we really can't handle, and something tells me that Genghis Khan will get this under control. Okay. How many turns are left in the era? 5? I'm not sure what the Golden Age bonuses will be for the next era, so I don't know if we're going to get something terribly useful.
Don't reinvent the wheel. The Cold War is not thawing. It is burning with a deadly heat.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any changes we want to make here. Merchant Confederation is weak, but also so are the rest of our green cards. I mean, that's just kind of how green cards are, right? So we gained 3 tourists over that turn. Obviously, if we just keep getting 3 tourists every turn, the game will not take a super long time to end, but we can probably speed things up a little bit. Alright, where are we at? What are we doing here? Oh, we're still that's right, we're still trying to take Solikamsk. All the Mongolian dudes have run off. Oh, you're kidding me. This is a tank. Tanks are cavalry, so I'm a little worried that this tank might be able to run over here and grab this. I mean, if Mongolia gets that, it's not the end of the world. It does not affect us that much. The Bolshoi Theater is something we still have to work on eventually. This city desperately needs housing. Oh, hey, look! A use for this tile. I'm actually pretty surprised that we managed to get... Not only are we 4 over the housing cap, but we're actually still growing at a pretty decent clip. It turns out, if you just get enough food, you can overwhelm the negative modifiers. Okay, so we're waiting until Broadway finishes, and then we're going to try to build the Bolshoi. We'll see if that's going to work out. Any of this stuff... No, none of this stuff is good enough to build a, what do you call it on? Oh. I will not promise not to use spies on you. Ah, our bloody spy got himself caught. That's a shame. I mean, it's sort of a shame. It kind of doesn't matter. Alright, let's see. Oh, this isn't... I thought this was a land tile, looking at it from just at a glance. Okay, come build a polder over here, then. Cannot use the polders to build more polders. Okay, that took forever. Now see, we could liberate this city to Russia. I'm a little worried, though, about giving them more pressure over here. Like, I understand, we've reduced their pressure pretty badly. But liberating this to Russia, you know, it might ease our warmonger penalties with him, but also he is at war with Russia, and he might not like that. I'm just going to keep it. The warmonger penalty for keeping it now is none, because it was a free city, not a Russian city. And I think the net effect of liberating it might be negative for us, actually. So I want an art museum, right? Do I have a great artist waiting? I don't. So actually, getting an archaeological museum would allow me to pick up a couple more artifacts, which would make it potentially possible for me to theme Amsterdam's archaeological museum along with this one. How far are we from a new great artist? Actually, extremely close. Yeah, I'll just do an art museum. That's fine. And then... Oh, a 16-turn Bolshoi Theater. Yeah, we'll do that here. I think that's way better. 16 turns, I think, is a lot faster than we were going to get otherwise. Yeah, try to repair it. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to take quite a while. So we got to keep looking out for locations where we can build seaside resorts. Oh, you know what?
Thus, the sculpture serves the Lord. There's no business like showbiz. The Lord made us all out of our...
I've heard a lot of things about the Lord and what he made us out of. It looks to me like we are probably going to be able to put together a pretty good national park over here. And we actually have the faith to make that happen. Oh, this tile is in fact not beautiful enough. Despite being near the natural wonder, it's just not good enough. Well, we have... Yeah, over here we have the space. We'll just expand that national park into an even larger space. So we still don't have plastics. This is not actually... See, this isn't workable. This isn't workable. If you're wondering why we have tiles that are further away from our cities than we can work, it's because you actually do continue to gain tiles through culture output in your cities, even after you have all of the workable tiles. Your borders can expand up to 5 spaces away from a city. It's just that you can't work any tiles that are further than 3. Okay, is there any place that we could send this guy to put a seaside resort where we do not already have a seaside resort? yes, if we could get the Mongolians out of this space, we could do that. That aside, I believe the answer is no. I think we've got them all. Oh, here's one. Hey, who was the guy who needed orders? You. Figure this out. Alright, he's on it. And actually, he needs to go over there and repair all that stuff. Well, I tell you, I don't even know what to do with you. You go here and just wait for further instructions, I guess. Alright, it's probably a good idea for us to build a power plant. All those cities down there could use it. I suppose we should finish the neighborhood here. And then think about building a power plant there as well. Alright, so we just picked up a couple of new wonders. In particular, this one is doubling the tourism output of all of our seaside resorts, which is considerable. And it's removed the Enlightenment's effect on religious tourism for us. So, we still don't have any great... Oh no, that's right, we have an amphitheater in Hattusa now. Which is where that writer was waiting. For exactly this reason. Okay, so at this point we actually don't have any great art people sitting around waiting for orders, right? We have enough slots for all of our stuff. Next time we earn a great writer, we're going to end up one short, but I think things are going actually really well. Peter has some feelings about us for a lot of reasons. Those are understandable. Listen, I get bummed out when I lose a game too sometimes. It's human. It happens. Oh, yeah. Sure. Sure, I'll take this great engineer that I have that actually has no value to me. Think of how good we'd be at space race production. Mostly I want other players not to be able to benefit from him. Oh, wait a second. I gotta swap some of these tiles over. Because all the tiles for your national park have to be in the same city. That is by far the largest national park I've ever had. National park area. Alright, this power plant is important. Yeah, sure, we'll keep running this route. Let's see, this isn't a workable tile, this isn't a workable tile. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is. Alright, shopping malls where we can afford to build them. And yeah, it's coming along. You can see our culture output is making it functionally impossible for the other players to win a tourism victory because we're gaining domestic tourists so quickly. 500 is a fair amount. I could declare a war of territorial expansion on Peter. That's true, I could. How's this Cyrus thing going? Well, looks like he failed to take Geneva. Also, I forgot, Cyrus does have a couple cities up here. Not that these would be very difficult to deal with once we have the tech. Oh, well, that will never do. You know, to be perfectly honest...
I'd imagine the whole NASA...
Hold on, before we do anything else, we're going to look at our dedications. Cities with governors receive plus 50% tourism from World Wonders and double all of the tourism from national parks. Okay. Bam. Got it. Now let's fix our city-state. Also, we could train a bomber. Yeah, at this point, I'm just going to put all of our envoys in the city-state, right? Like, we could never... I suppose there's no reason not to max out Candy. We would never be able to challenge for this, so yeah, I'm just gonna... There, Nan Madal is ours. Think of how good we'd be at the space race now. Oh, you know what? I didn't double check. We should go and look at whether it is going to be possible for us to theme any more of our museums, actually. Let's see, we have theme, 2 religious works, but I can't move, okay. So we have a Rublev, a Rembrandt, and a Bosch. Okay, I can't move this, but we could move these both to St. Petersburg and theme this museum. Let's see, so we have a portrait by Angelica Kaufman. These are all... Oh, this is a landscape. Okay, so unfortunately it looks like we probably won't be able to get another theme beyond that one. But the game will probably end before we could. Which is not exactly a bad... Yeah, so this is not a problem. So we're at 1,200 tourism. Alright, you better watch your mouth. Shout at me about warmongering. I'll show you some warmongering. Okay, that was a 5 tourist turn. That's what I was waiting for, was for this to update, but apparently it requires you to leave and come back. Let's see, a broadcast center. We actually have plenty of room for great works of music, thanks to our wonders. So a shopping mall, I think, is the more sensible thing to pick up here. But the odds of this mattering terribly are low. Okay, this card will help. Not that we have bad tourism output or anything. But in theory, I think it's functionally impossible for any other player to challenge us on victory right now.
Pierre was right when he said...
That's right, I forgot there's a great work of writing slot in Broadway. So actually, we're going to be able to get both of this writer's works. We could probably just buy the... Nope, never mind. I don't know why I was thinking like 1,200. You know what? Yeah, just build it. That's fine. There's probably not a ton more that we can do at this point to speed things up. I think, aside from getting social media in and trying to make sure that we have trade routes and stuff where possible. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to get open borders with anybody else because they all hate us. How is our warmongering penalty going? Okay, it's falling. He does not care for my development of my land. I still don't have open access with him because I really haven't tried very hard. So he has an agenda that wants us to not have done something that we have done. It's fine. We don't need any more allies. Mongolia's out there pillaging farms with helicopters. Is he intending to just remove... No, it looks like he's not really bothering Peter. Okay, our golden age means that we're putting too much pressure on Peter. We're probably going to wipe Peter out ourselves, actually. Just through loyalty pressure. It is tough to come back from this point in the game, I think. Oh, hold on. I had to use you. You're no longer in the space. It's a shame that none of the wonders can be themed. It would be interesting if each of the wonders had its own little, like, weird theming rules. It was one of the things I liked a lot in Civ 5. I think the theming is the part of the culture victory that I think is the most interesting, trying to, like, organize your particular great works into sets to maximize their value and stuff. Oh, this is only charming, not breathtaking. What about that tile over there? Nope, not good enough. Well, you know, this guy at least has a lot of work he can do over here. Oh, hey, Levi Strauss. Yeah, sure. I'll take some blue jeans. So some of the great merchants give you unique luxuries that you can use to increase your amenities from luxury resources. They give you 2 copies, and these work like normal luxuries, which is to say that you don't benefit from the second copy. So we should probably trade it. I mean, we have extra copies of a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, a lot of it is things that other people already have. I think we actually are already trading diamonds to him. Give me one of these relics. No? Okay. Neither one of these under any circumstances? That's a shame. You know, he's paying enough attention to know that we are, what do I even want this for? You know what? Here. I would rather have diplomatic relations with him than the amount of money. I was just thinking, like, what would I spend the money on? So we don't have a neighborhood in the capital yet. We can build a neighborhood in the capital and then buy a shopping mall. That's a thing that we could spend the money on that would be useful to us. We could just buy Tuban's shopping mall out. You know what? It's going to take so long to build. Let's just do that. So you don't actually need a power plant. You could use some housing, though. We could also use some housing here, but the granary is still an option. We just finished that harbor in that other city, so... Or not the harbor, the lighthouse. Alright, we're going to build a lot of seaports, but... Oh, see, now it says I could build a seaside resort here. No, it's still only charming. Whatever, go around and repair stuff. Yep, so Novgorod's going to flip to us. This is going to flip to us. And then, I don't know whether this will or not, but I have to imagine, with it only having 2 population, there's not really a lot of sources of loyalty for it. How many turns are we away from having better ships? Still a few. Now, I haven't been paying a huge amount of attention, but I have not noticed any other civilizations finishing the Eiffel Tower. And the Eiffel Tower would be a significant amount of extra tourism for us because it increases the tourism output of our national parks and our seaside resorts, and actually would allow us to build extra seaside resorts in some places. All right, we're going to pull Public Works to pick up... Where to go? Here we go. Online communities. Because we have at least one trade route with everybody, don't we? Did I actually do an okay job of that? No, we totally don't have a route to Cyrus, and we need one. I guess, yeah, these are not hugely different from one another. Alright, and then... I mean, Cyrus is our bottleneck, but let's go ahead and run a route to Genghis Khan. He's currently running a route to us, but he might change his mind at some point. Unfortunately, governor titles probably... we will probably never get another governor title that actually matters. Do any of these affect our victory at all? We can use our charges to provide production to a district project. 4 great work slots. You know, that's not horrible. It would give us a little bit more ability to take on weird types of great people. I think we are out of... Yeah, we are out of stuff that actually matters. Okay, our tourism output is high. We do not have a super huge boost to Peter. Peter's the one we're not running a trade route to, so we got to try to fix that probably, but honestly, Cyrus is the only one we really care about. Cyrus and Mongolia, in case we do manage to kill Cyrus, or Mongolia manages to kill Cyrus. It looks like he's not really making headway, although Cyrus is slowly losing his cities to loyalty issues. See, I don't really pillage territory that much when I'm at war, because it rarely matters. You're usually not going to spend long enough, like, sieging a city down for the yield reduction to be a big deal, unless you're pillaging mines. I do, like, 100% support pillaging mines and quarries and stuff. And then after you take the city, you have to fix it all, which is annoying more than anything. It's not, like, difficult, but...
Let's get on our knees and pray.
I feel like Sean Bean is constantly inviting me to do weird things. That's probably the strangest element of this game, is just Sean Bean constantly inviting me to do weird stuff. So I'm going to move this trade route over to Arnheim, I guess. Arnheim needs some help. Obviously, we're going to run this to Russia for a little while. It looks to me like Russia might stop existing pretty soon. So, I guess we don't actually have to do that. Arnheim just, like, desperately needs any help it can get. Alright, Bima needs... Yeah, Bima needs housing. A lot of these cities are not very good. What happens when you take over a bunch of AI cities late in the game? Oh no, surely you cannot believe in nothing. Wait a second, what are you talking about? I thought I thought the devout agenda was just like, make a lot of faith and stuff. Is there an element of that I'm missing? Because we're producing a lot of faith. Yeah. Maybe she's judging it relative to her own faith production, and that's super high for some reason. I mean, the AI does love to focus on faith. That might be the case. Yeah, so I'm not going to worry about this. We're just going to run this trade route out to... Yeah, Tilburg. That seems fine. Getting asked for a lot of orders by a lot of cities that are not ever, under any circumstances, going to contribute in a way that matters. Alright, so let's see. Is there any place in my new territory where we could think about setting up a national park? It looks like the answer is no. I think I have run out of national park spots now. Our faith income kept going up, and all of a sudden I actually care about this again. Well, we could take this city. Let's move some ships around over there. Listen, we're conquering... We're gonna conquer your city and kill all your people for aesthetic reasons. You understand. It's very important. So all these cities are high 70s. You know, we actually might be able to take some of this stuff down. So they were in the 80s because he had stuff garrisoned, which means that could happen again. I'm wondering if we could eliminate him quickly enough for it to be worth doing. What I really want is a declaration of friendship from Mongolia. If we could get a declaration of friendship from Mongolia, I would declare war on Cyrus that turn. My big concern is that I will push us over the line with Genghis Khan, and he'll start attacking me in a way that I don't want to deal with. Because, right, we could lose some tourism output up here. And I don't think he would stop us from winning the game, but I do think it would slow us down. Yeah, let's just go take this little... Well, he's not going to feel any better about this than he would about me taking out Cyrus. Although, I guess with Cyrus, I have to take 5 cities to do anything, whereas here I just have to take the 1. We might be okay. We might be okay taking 1. Now, see, this is a wonder that we could actually build in the capital. It would be kind of interesting. Oh, no, it has to be adjacent. Yeah, adjacent to a campus. A place where there are lots of snow tiles. We don't have snow, we just have tundra. But still, pretty good. 20% science and 10% production in all cities. That's worth trying to get, maybe. Probably. Alright, you know, Seaport... Seaport is pretty alright. Okay, I think we're going to buy this power plant, so I'm going to build... Let's see, we don't have a neighborhood here yet. Let's build a neighborhood so that we can also buy a shopping mall. We'll just buy that power plant next turn. Don't think we can make anything of terrible import here.
Bolshoi Ballet is a universe of... It has been said that the release of atom...
If we went to war with Cyrus, we would lose... Like, if we went to war with Cyrus, we would lose some of our tourism with him. We have to... If we go to war with Cyrus, we have to take him out quickly. Before it could cause Genghis Khan to turn on us. Yeah. I want to. I'm just not sure that it will actually speed things up. And it will slow them down in terms of real-world time, because combat turns are longer than non-combat turns. You're making more decisions. Your decisions are not super likely to be meaningful, but you sure are making them. Yeah, in a lot of places, I'm just kind of like, build something that will mean you don't have to ask me for orders. There's still relevant stuff, right? There's still things that will help us. But not a lot. Where is Liang right now? She's in Majapahit. You know, let's move her to Armagh. She can help with the construction of these lovely, lovely water park buildings, which probably don't matter a huge amount.
No one starts...
Mongolia's building seaside resorts. You know, I don't think they're actually great... Where is one? Over here. I don't think they're actually great tile improvements if you're not using the tourism, which obviously he isn't. You should just build, like, farms or something on him, probably. Alright, well, she probably has a pretty good idea what's coming, but also she can't do anything about it, so... So we're still not actually near plastics. What else do we want to build with this guy? These tiles over here are not... Yeah, they're not pretty enough. We can't buy these tiles, unfortunately. Although Novgorod will be ours soon. Let's send him that way. We can do some work over there. Okay, so we're at 156 right now. I think we're probably not more than like 20 turns away from the victory. We'll try to make this as quick as possible. We are dominant over all but one foreign civilization. Oh wow, okay. No, we're actually gaining tourists even faster than I thought. So yeah, attacking Cyrus, we would not be able to take down Cyrus fast enough for it to matter. That's not going to change anything. So let's focus on increasing our output then. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances am I giving you things that produce tourism. So like this is a spot, right? All these tiles are beautiful enough. Unfortunately, we won't be able to remove the holy sites. So that ruins this one. But we could buy these tiles out and do it here. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay, so there's a spot or two over here where we can put down seaside resorts. We can also repair a bunch of stuff that got pillaged. It's all this poor dude ever gets to do. Let's see. Colonial War. All warmonger penalties halved. That's pretty good. I will say that playing as the Dutch and declaring a colonial war on Indonesia feels kind of crappy from like a horrible things that happened in the real world perspective. It's a little horrible. Boy, where would I even put like a theater square would be cool, I guess, but yeah, sure, we could put it here. Again, we're mostly just killing time here. It's unlikely that most things we do will have... This could legitimately take a turn or two off, because national parks are worth a lot of tourism. But this is the only thing, I think, of all of our remaining plays that will matter. We could use... Maybe we could use patronage to pick up a great work, or to pick up a couple of great works, but that's going to be like 10 tourism. Well, not 10, but, you know, not a huge amount is the important thing. This was our trade route to Indonesia, which we don't need anymore because we are already over them. Boy, ironclads are really not good against walls, at least walls that are this big. City Park unique improvement yields 2 appeal and 1 culture. Alright. So is that... We haven't actually gotten a chance to see that yet. Give me a builder. Well, I'll just buy a builder. Also, I guess we do, like... There are actually Indonesian military units in the world. We're not, like, totally able to ignore that. That said, I don't think our cities are in any danger, but she could ruin some of our stuff. Just go around pillaging, destroying everything as the computer is wont to do. We've been spied on. Ah. Okay, our counter spy actually did her job that time. Good for her. Okay, so 8 tourists that turn. Obviously, this won't be too much longer. Congratulations, you did it. You get a license to kill. The reward for stopping that spy trying to neutralize our governor is you're just allowed to kill anybody you want anytime. Go nuts. These are the rules in our society. Our pike and shot gets to actually do something. Let's, what are the rules for a city park? I just want to build one because I've never seen one before. Can we build it on this hill? Okay, yeah, you can build it on just about anything. It provides an amenity if it's adjacent to water, which is cool. Alright, once the walls come down, the ironclad will actually be able to, like, contribute over here. Oh, you know what? Our spy's not working right now. She's taking a moment off to party and celebrate. She's trying out her new license to kill. That's embarrassing. Well, that Indonesian cavalry unit managed to make it back to Indonesia, so I guess we'll let him go. Really don't think it's worth the effort to try to punish it out of spite. But let the record show, I did consider it. Yeah, the moment our spy's not on counter-spy duty anymore, all of a sudden... so I'm going to harvest this resource, because I'm pretty sure we can build a seaside resort here. Our armada is actually taking a lot of damage. This is proving to be a little bit more effort than I thought we would have to expend here.
I never think of the future.
Ooh, we're not going to get this kill. Now, it won't do enough damage to kill my armada next turn. We have steel, but it's too late. I don't know. Just research Future Civic over and over again. Make me an aquarium. Actually, how long would it take to build the Eiffel Tower? Yeah, a lot of turns. Here, you can work on it over here. I guess actually these works should go in here, because remember, she is doubling the tourism of great works in that city. I guess they think they can take us or something. I don't know what's going on over here. Look. Yeah, alright. That looks cool, I guess. I'm just going to keep promoting you. So every time you research Future Civic, you get a promotion. That's interesting. If you just get to the end of the civics tree, you can get all of the promotions, which I guess could matter. We have discovered 100 million sources of oil, now that we've actually got the tech that shows us oil. But we're only a couple of turns off of the win here. Yeah, this armada managed to make it all the way to the end of the game without ever having to be upgraded or anything. I still think that Great Admiral we got, like, any Great Admiral would have been a big deal because of, you know, boosting the combat strength of our ships and stuff, but it being this particular Great Admiral probably is responsible for our success in a way that no other single factor is, I think. Yeah, hey, let's make some fisheries too. Why not? You only have one charge left, so build a polder. You gotta remind the people that live here that they're Dutch now. So Russia will stop existing in 9 turns. Oh no, wait. That's right, they have Kazan. I forgot about that. So we didn't get nearly as high on tourism this game as we did in our Shaka game. You really don't need to. Honestly, once you pass a few hundred, it's just a matter of making sure that you don't lose the game until you win it. Persian cities are threatening to flip back to Cyrus. And hey, look, we did it. Oh, I can't... Yeah, there's a builder. This is a civilian unit, so we can't buy a naturalist yet. Geez. I don't know, man. Build a spy. Build something that's long enough that you won't have to ask me again. And at this point, we could pursue peace, although I don't think it's been enough turns. Right? I don't think she'll actually... Yeah, 4 more turns. The game will end before we could get our peace back. Boy, people really hate Pingala. If they wanted to affect our victory type, they should be trying to assassinate Reyna. Actually, that's a really good reason that we should we should have a counter spy in that city instead of the one we do have the counter spy in. Go back to here. She's a murderer and a thief, and that's exactly the way we like it. What's up? Oh, there's a... He woke up because there is a great general over here somehow. Yeah, all of our units went on alert, because that is technically a unit that belongs to the player we are at war with. Just barely, though. Well, now he's just running straight into the ironclads. What is this guy thinking? Oh, Persia just finished their spaceport. I captured a garbage city. Was this her capital? Okay. Well, an emergency has been launched against us. Was it her capital? I don't know, man. She's the only person in the emergency, and she has no ability to stop us from doing anything. So, kind of whatever. Actually, no, extremely whatever. I don't know, man. Sleep. Rest. All of you, just rest. Are we... Not this turn, but next turn, probably. Make a fishery. Look at that. We can't really see it underneath the ships and everything. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, a fishery is an okay improvement. I really don't feel that I've made very good use of Liang in previous games. Okay, now we can see it a little better. I really do like the... I'm sure I've said this many, many times, but I really do like the art for all of the tile improvements and stuff. I think that this game has really beautiful art. What are you doing? I don't know. Whatever. Oh no, they're going to destroy our... They're going to ruin our national park. There's oil in this park, and we should not drill it. Just kind of good Good advice for winning culture victories in Civ 6 and in real life. There's no way this was her capital, right? Like, this emergency... I thought that those conquering emergencies only actually fired when you took somebody's capital. I must be wrong, though, because there's no way this was her capital. I guess I could have just, like, looked at the bar before conquering it, but... She's continuing to wake my units up. We're running weird little garbage units into our territory. Okay, so we are good then. Alright, well, let's get our extremely quiet victory cinematic.
The worth of a culture is not measured by
Really, really weirdly quiet for some reason.
in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.
Well, hey, look at that. We did it. So that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all very much for watching. And I think this is going to be the end of the Civ 6 series for a bit. If you are still interested in seeing more Civilization 6 stuff, do leave that in the comments below, because I do plan to come back to the game. But right now, I need to lower the amount of stuff I'm putting out for a little while. So I hope that everybody's enjoyed the series. I hope that everybody's enjoying the expansion. I think they've done some great work here. And come back next time for whatever. And we'll see you then.